surprised this morning. I saw people with crane trying to put down my building without any notification.
That is why they want to render thousands of people homeless, bring a lot of ammo to destroy people's property, even without notice. It just came like that. Look, I've lost everything I have. You can see it's over 200 houses.
This is what we're trying to avoid. Imagine what these guys have spent in erecting those structures. Imagine why it is razed to the ground. Of course, when you encroach on properties without doing due diligence, this is the end.
Trying to put down my building without any notification.
That is why
we are very sad with that. We are not happy, but that is why, as a brand, we have deemed it fit to ensure that all your investment is safe. We carry out thorough due diligence. We ensure that all your investments are safe. Right from our documentation, which you can see here, right to everything, you can be sure that with our brand, your safety is guaranteed. So give us a call today. Let us help you to handle your real estate investment. It's really good to you, our lovely and smart real estate investors, both at home and also in diaspora. I hope you all are doing well today. I'm super excited to welcome you to another insightful episode of Property Matters here on YouTube. Hope you all are doing well today. In case you're coming across the channel for the first time, you're seeing this video for the first time, this is Property Matters. This is where we discuss everything you need to know about real estate. You're buying, you're selling, you want to do property, perfection, you want to do title verification. You need a playlist on what is going on in the IBEJU real estate market, what is going on in the IBEJU LEKKI real estate market. What is real estate like in Shongotedo? Okay, what are those important government policies that I need to understand before I buy real estate? How can I uncover a fraudulent real estate transaction? How can I uncover a real estate developer that doesn't take development as priority? So this is where we unravel everything. So in case you're coming across the channel for the first time, this is the best real estate property channel. So do us a great favor, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to this channel, and of course you will be glad you did. So without wasting further time, let's just quickly go into today's topic. So today I'm going to be talking about how to avoid future demolition. What you need to do for your property not to be demolished by government. And this episode is good. We will break into series. I'm going to discuss them in series because it is not possible for me to exhaust everything you need to understand today. So let's talk about that. Now, when we were talking about the IBEJU demolition saga, I explained a lot of things about government recent policy on having different real estate scheme. I also talked about now if you have gone across this LEKKI axis, you will see that the Lagos state government started something like the IDERA housing scheme, the Lagos coastal housing scheme. So what I explained basically is that Lagos state government is planning to have housing scheme like the IBEJU housing scheme, the choice housing scheme, the government residential area housing scheme. We also talked about other housing schemes that will be coming up, that will be emerging. Okay. Now I also explained one of the things you need to know about why government are coming up with these policies. Of course, in case you've not seen it, because you can, of course, like I said, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and of course you can check all our previous playlists. I've explained something extensively on that. Now, why we may have further demolitions in Lagos, more importantly the IBEJU LEKKI axis. Recently I got an information that Lagos state government may demolish structures at Fragent. Yes, that information is from a verified source. The reason why this demolition may happen basically is that, of course, when we're discussing that IBEJU housing saga, I talked about why some people encroached on government properties. Now, when you look at IBEJU is a government residential area. Okay, so a government residential area is a combination of, so that means that we have larger part of property in IBEJU belongs to the government. Although the ancestral owners of IBEJU, of course, I know of the Uluwa family, of course, they also own land, in IBEJU. But when you look at the topography of IBEJU GRA, you will understand very well that larger part of properties in IBEJU belongs to the Lagos state government. And that's why I talked about some of the housing scheme which I know in IBEJU. And I also said very well that before you do any property verification or you want to buy any property, you need to do a due diligence. In case you're looking for how to do that, of course, you can contact us. We have professionals who will help you, handle that. So now, what may lead to the cause of this speculated, well, I say speculated. Okay, let me use speculated because it has not happened yet. Of this proposed demolition that may happen at Fragent. For some of them, they wonder where is Fragent. Fragent is just 2-3 minutes drive from the popular Richland Garden. Now, what may lead to it? The very first thing that may lead to it basically was that in 2002, we found out that government gave excision to some portion of land. Now, I've said this several times that whenever you want to do real estate investment, you need to understand that every estate in Lagos, every landed property in Lagos is adequately planned. Lands are not just existing in isolation without a purpose. That means that when you get to a particular estate and when there's a project or a scheme coming up there, government have structured this estate for different purposes. Now, looking at the IBEJU, for those who encroached on some portion of land that government has structured to be under its own GRA, when the demolition started, government demolished such people, such properties that encroached on their property. And this case is very, very similar to what may happen. It has not happened, so let me use the word may. What may happen at Fragent. So in 2002, we found out that government gave some expanse of land, gave excision on some expanse of land to the ancestral owners of land. Now, according to information, we were told very well that the front part of Fragent, most of those estates facing the road, government adequately reserved that place for their own purpose. Government reserved that place adequately for their own purpose and gave them estates to the back. Now, what may lead to this demolition basically is that some of those homeowners started encroaching on places that government has, places that government have reserved for their own personal use, and they started selling it to people. Now, the saddest thing of all is that a lot of people have bought those places. A lot of people have done big, big structures. They built big, big houses. So what happened at IBEJU GRA may, don't misquote me, may happen at Fragent if those people don't take adequate steps to avoid that. Now, how can you understand and how can you avoid encroaching on government land? Now, I've found that several times that a lot of developers are selling properties because of the fact that they buy. Now, a lot of them majorly, some of them don't understand these structures that government is putting in place. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about the IBEJU demolition is political. The IBEJU demolition is tribal. See, there's nothing of such. The thing is, when you want to buy a branded property, you have to do adequate title verification. Even if they tell you a property has your who, you have to do it. So today I'm going to be talking about how you can do due diligence by yourself. I've done this episode several times, but because of the fact that there might be, people that keep making the same mistakes, people keep making the same errors, and they keep getting easily deceived by all those desperate homeowners that wants to make money. Now, last week we were told that some portion of land, of course, that's the video over there. Of course, that's me. You can see that it was very, very, serious. I had to wear rain boots. Yet it's raining during that time, and we needed to, do this verification. So this is what we do to ensure the safety of the land. So they told us, we visited 3 different sites on that day, and we were told basically that that land basically has gazettes. In fact, we visited 1 or 2. But this particular one, basically, after we were done with our search, okay, our surveyor went there, we did a lot of taping, a lot of mapping, a lot of, we did a lot of, coordinate picking. This was after we have been given the document on those properties, okay? We've been given all this land, the papers. Our surveyors have gone to search, to allow us to search, Now, the reason why we did this extensive due diligence, basically, is that I've seen instances when they will tell you that a property has gazettes. Then after you've done your adequate due diligence, you will find out that gazette of 20 acres is just covering 1 acre. So I've seen instances whereby they will tell you property has excision. Then after doing due diligence, you find out that the excision title may cover 4 plots. In fact, there's a case of development. I won't mention the name. This man sold the property at Ilamija towards that Elenogbe axis of IBEJU LEKKI. And of course, he advertised that property as C of O. Okay? And a lot of people bought into that scheme. Now, let me tell you, for some of you that have bought property and you have not searched, and you have the intention of building property, if you have bought a committed land is government land. The places that were demolished at IBEJU GRA were committed lands. Now, how will you know if you have bought a committed land? If you bought that land without doing your due diligence, is that when you want to go for building approval, you will have to bring your survey, the soil test, your technical drawing, the papers, the deed of assignment, all these things. By the time you get to Alausa, under the Lagos State Building Control Agency, and you want to build, it is when you get there, you will find out that a lot of people will find out that what they bought basically is committed land. So this guy sold the land supposedly to have C of O, and one of the investors that bought decided, okay, so I bought this property, let me start, building on it. When he got to Alausa, he found out that his building approval was rejected. Why? Because that land is committed. The C of O they said was on that plot of land was only covering 5 plots. Yes, it was just covering 5 plots of land. And as I'm talking to you right now, the developer that sold that place right now has left Nigeria. So these are some of the things you need to understand. Now, so we don't take developers by their word. We don't. That's why sometimes, if I should tell you, I've seen instances whereby a lot of people have approached me and they told me that they want to buy a property, and I said, I've told them several times, please give me time, let me check. We have our team of surveyors. I don't work with one surveyors. I have like 4 different surveyors I'm working with. So we work multiple, of course, that's a video over there. We work at multiple places. How can you verify a good gazette after due diligence? So that's a document over there. Now that land basically is, when you look at it very well, you find out that all the plots in that place, yes, in that diagram you're seeing, fall. So this is what a gazetted land will look like after you have searched it at Alausa. I've seen instances whereby it will just be 1 acre that somebody will have, and we use that 1 acre that is gazetted to sell the entire 20-30 acres. It's just like what happened at Ilamija, that Ilenogbe axis. I've seen instances whereby they will have maybe 1, 2, 4, 5 acres as gazette. And so, how do you understand? This is what a fully gazetted property looks like. You can say that all the plots is inside that gazette. When you look at towards the later part, you find out that there's a proposed coastal road on that plan that will connect, that place to the Alaro city. And a lot of people have bought that place with thinking that they bought land. Now let me show you how to identify a valid governor's consent document. Now when you look at the very first page of that document you see that the name of the parties, the assignee and the assignor, the 2 parties, you will see the documents over there. It is duly signed. When you flip through the pages, I'll be showing you gradually, when you flip through the pages, you will see the contents of that document. And towards the last page, please follow me very, very closely. Towards the last page, you find out that the last page of that consent is duly signed, and of course the signature of the Surveyor General of Lagos State is there. So if somebody tells you that they have a governor's consent title document and they can't present, it doesn't have to be necessary. Of course, governor's consent title document will differ because, of course, it's a deed of assignments that you take to Alausa with the other document that you use it to, of course, you use it to apply for governor's consent. If it is not adequately signed like this, if anybody cannot present something that is duly signed like this, what you have is not governor's consent. So this is, if it is not like this, it is not governor's consent. So these are some of the things we want you people to understand when you're making a real estate investment. We're not doing this to attack anybody. I appreciate all those fantastic real estate developers in Nigeria, those who are doing a fantastic job. I'm not undermining anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody look bad. I'm just opening you people to the reality of what is going on. So these are some of, so in unraveling some of the gimmicks, some of the manipulations, that is why we spend time to do this due diligence. I hope this information has helped you. I hope you have gotten value. In case you have further information, do well to do what? To give us a message. You can call us and send us a DM, and for further, we'll be so happy to hear from you. Until we come your way in the next episode of Property Matters, keep enjoying and God bless you. Have a nice day.